If all you're doing for weight loss is cardio in the year of 2024, then just like being a Drake fan, not a good look. So in this video, we're gonna explore some new science that will show us how we should further push the weight loss meta closer to lifting weights. Now, cardio can be very effective for weight loss. I myself lost plenty of weight with just cycling at the gym and a bunch of salads. And if you're lucky, after losing just 5 pounds, you'll also instantly qualify to be a fitness guru, just like 99% of the fitness gurus out there today. But if we're really trying to maximize weight loss, then yes, cardio might not be enough. In fact, a new study shows that it might not be enough for not just weight loss, but many other important health and fitness factors. Let's talk about it. Now, before we fully dig in, I do want to let you know that the majority of the results of this new study has already been shown in many studies before it. But honestly, that's a good thing, since the best scientific results are the ones that can be consistently replicated. But there is one unexpected result that I definitely think you want to know. A result that historically we thought cardio clearly did better than everything else. But maybe that's not the case. Let's get to it. In this study called the Exofit study, 67 women between the ages of 18 and 50, all with obesity, were randomized to one of 4 exercise groups. A group that did only cardio, a group that did only resistance training, a group that did both cardio and lifting, and last but not least, well, at least in terms of what they did, a control group. Now, the exercise interventions were time matched, meaning that all groups exercised for essentially the same amount of time. The combined group spent half the workout doing cardio and the other half doing half the amount of lifting variations as the lifting group. So apologies to all you keyboard warriors that were itching to point out the advantage of doing both due to more time. Didn't happen. But now let's get to the beautiful results. Now, a lot of outcomes were measured in this study. Let's start with the big one, weight loss right off the bat. After 12 weeks, subjects that did cardio lost on average 1.6 kilograms of body weight. The lifting group lost 0.4 kilograms, and the combined group lost on average 3.2 kilograms. In other words, combining both cardio and lifting together led to, and is not even close, by far the greatest weight loss. And for most of the other results, we see a similar pattern. Cardio plus lifting led to the greatest reductions in fat mass and body fat percentage. It led to the highest attendance and adherence rates, although in fairness, all groups did pretty well here. It led to the greatest improvements in depression and sleep quality scores. And it led to the greatest improvements in resting heart rates and even time spent sitting down per week. There's a lot of good rationale as to why cardio plus lifting led to all of these improvements, and if you want me to dive deeper into any of them, please let me know in the comments. Now, lifting alone did score some wins as well. The obvious one is in strength outcomes, and it also did best in increasing fat-free mass. But now let's talk about that one unexpected outcome. In terms of cardiorespiratory fitness measured via VO2 max, the only group to register a statistically strong and significant improvement was the group that only lifted weights. That's right, the group that did zero cardio improved cardio fitness the most, and it was not exactly close. This outcome, as you can imagine, completely deviates from previous research. Now, the reason for this is not fully clear. The researchers believe it might have to do with the subjects starting with fairly low levels of cardio fitness and how lifting weights adds muscle, which has been linked to improving cardio fitness. Nonetheless, these results are surprising to say the least. But again, the best science is replicated science. Until we see these results replicated, we can't jump to conclusions just yet. But if it does get replicated, then we really got to sit down and ask, if cardio isn't the best at what it's supposed to be best in, then is it even worth doing in any capacity, let alone for weight loss? In the interest of fairness, it is important to acknowledge any potential limitations of this study. And if you watch anyone else, influencers, talking heads, or whatever, that likes to reference a lot of studies but never mention limitations, then I'd be very careful about what they're telling you. If a guy behind a cartoon triangle can do it, then so can they. A big limitation for this study is the fact that they measured a lot of different outcomes. It is nice to get a bunch of results, but statistically speaking, more outcomes is not always a good thing. Thing is, science is a matter of probabilities. And not to get too heavy on the technicalities, basically the more outcomes a study presents, the more issues with chance it can encounter. It's the reason why studies usually tackle only a handful of specific outcomes. Fortunately, outside of the whole cardio fitness thing, the results in this study are largely supported by past data, but still something to consider. Another limitation is the uneven attrition within the groups. Out of the 14 subjects that dropped out, 8 of them came from the lifting-only group. Now, the reason for dropping out were mostly due to illnesses or personal reasons, but it does create an uneven sample size between groups that can impact the confidence of the results. And one last limitation, since the subjects were specifically women with obesity, the results cannot be generalized. But don't worry, broskies. Again, this study largely echoes the results of studies before it, which were overwhelmingly conducted on male subjects. Now finally, let's tie everything together. With this new study added to the pile of research before it, it's only becoming clearer and clearer that cardio alone is simply not the best use of your time. If you want the best results but you're still not lifting weights, then just like eating a salad with kale in it, you're making a big mistake. Lift weights if you want to lose weight. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a combined thumbs up and share it with your weight loss loving friends. Subscribe for more and let me know what you think about the results in the comments. As always, thank you for watching and don't forget to get your protein.